Hi everyone and welcome to today's 20-minute class. We have got a fun balancing mobility focused flow today, and we're going to begin standing at the top of our mats. Let's take a big inhale in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. Take the feet to the long edges of the mat, bringing them further than shoulder width apart, and we'll gently washing machine out the spine, allowing the arms to be heavy and rotating back and forth. Feeling into the lower back and the arms and the legs. And then gently allow the rock and rolls from side to side to become a bit more gentle. Coming back to center. Let's interlace the hands and press the palms up to the sky. Release the shoulders down. Inhale, rise onto the tippy toes. Press the palms up and exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, rise onto the toes. Exhale, release the heels. Inhale, one more. Come up onto the toes. And sink the heels back down to the ground. Release the hands by your side. Bring the right fingertips to the right shoulder. And then begin to draw big circles with the elbow. Inhaling to rise the elbow up past the ear. And then exhaling around it down past the spine. Bringing it forward 5 times. And sending it back. Let's change directions. Drawing the elbow back and then bringing it up past the ear or close to. Really working on our shoulder mobility here. Release the right hand and bring the left fingertips to the top of the left shoulder. Let's take 5 rotations here, making once again big or little circles with that elbow. Stay grounded through both feet. All in the shoulder here. And then changing directions, begin to draw the elbow back, up, and forward. Release the left fingertips. Interlace the hands. Find some small wrist movement here. Maybe rolling this one big fist in figure 8. We're going to bring our attention to our wrists. Bringing the palms to face the sky. Have the elbows at a 90-degree angle. Then bring the fingertips in towards the body. Keeping the forearms shining towards the sky, we'll find some rotations here, articulating through the wrists. Finding any movement here and really playing with our range of motion. Know that any noises, as long as they aren't painful, are totally normal and totally okay. And then change directions with the wrists. And release them, bringing to interlace the hands behind the back of the spine. Let's draw the chest open. And then, if available, find a small back bend. Keeping the fingers interlaced, let's take a full inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you like and keep drawing the hands away from the upper back. Head is heavy. Release the hands, bring the fingertips to the mat. Tuck the chin into the chest, bend the knees, and then slowly roll all the way up to standing. Head comes last. Roll the shoulders back and down. Ground through the left foot and reach the right knee up. Flex the right foot. Open the knee to the right. Keeping the left hip squared with the mat, draw it back to center. Open it back up to the side. Come back to center. Last one, right knee comes out to the right. Hold here. And then find some gentle ankle circles. So once again, articulating small or big circles through these little joints. Move in both directions. And then draw the right knee into the chest. Hug it in, reaching around with the hands. Pull it up as high as it will go. And then very slowly release the hands. Try and keep the knee exactly where it was. Using our hip flexor strength here. Good, keep the right foot off of the ground and then step to the back of the mat. Let's sink the hips down over to the right, feeling through the left leg as we straighten it. And then shift your weight over to the other side, moving through these side lunges. Bend back into the right knee, straighten the left leg. And then come back up to the top of the mat. Square the hips and then lift the right knee back into chest once again. Using just the strength of the legs and the core. Hold. And place the right foot back down on the ground. Good, we're going to repeat that on the left. Now grounding through the right foot, let's lift the left knee and then open the hip up so the left knee faces the left. Come back into center. Open the left knee. Draw it back in and extend the left knee away from you. Good, draw it back into center. Let's find those ankle circles. Noticing how each side feels and remaining grounded through the right foot. Go ahead and hug that left knee into the chest. Pull it in nice and close, nice and high. And then gently release. Keeping that left knee where it is. Begin to rotate the body. Take a big step back with the left leg. And finding our ninja lunges on the other side. Bend the left knee. Come onto the fingertips. Straighten the right leg. Shift the weight over to the other side. Bend once more into the left knee. And then begin to square the hips back with the short edge of the mat. Using your balance, step that left foot forward and up. Good. Hold for a moment. And place the left foot back down. Well done. Shake out the legs if you need. Shake out the ankles. Find some movement. On an inhale, rise up with the arms. And then heel toe the feet to the long edges of the mat. We're going to sink the hips down, coming into our Yogi Squat. Allow the hands to press together at heart center. And push the knees away with the elbows. No worries if your heels aren't on the ground. Breathe into the hips. Keep pressing the chest open. Take the fingertips to the mat, find a fold, and then heel toe the feet back into center. Take a big step back with both toes, coming into high plank. Hold for a moment, engage the core. And then lower onto the knees and press back for child's pose. You can untuck the toes or keep them tucked. Remembering that the focus of today's class is mobility, and if you feel that your toes need a bit more attention, this is just an option. On your next inhale, press yourself forward and then back, coming into downward facing dog. Lift the tailbone high, walk the feet out, finding any movement for the back of the legs, for the upper body. We'll spend a moment here. And then finding stillness. On an inhale, roll the body forward to high plank. Bend the knees and shift the weight back. Straighten the legs, lift the tailbone. Inhale, right leg sweeps high, bend the knee, open the hip. Keep squaring the upper body with the mat. And then step the right foot forward to the top of the mat. Rise up with the arms, finding a high crescent lunge. And exhale, pivot the back toes to face the long edge, warrior two. Extend the right fingertips out in front of you. And then exhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand rests on the back leg. Right arm reaches overhead. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. And then tilt forward, lifting the left fingertips to the sky. Triangle pose. Use your core strength to pull you back upright, and then reverse your triangle, sweeping the left arm and the back thigh, right arm reaches overhead. Inhale, windmill the arms down, frame out the front foot, step back for a high plank, then slowly lower just off of the ground. Inhale for upward facing dog. Gaze back over the right shoulder. Gaze back over the left shoulder. And press yourself back for downward facing dog. Inhale to roll forward like a wave. Bend the knees and then send the legs straight, tailbone high. Inhale, sweep the left leg back. Open up the hip. Bend the left knee. Then draw the knee into the chest. Step the foot forward. Inhale, rise up into your warrior two. Gaze over the left fingertips. Bend into the left knee. And then reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches overhead. Right hand rests on the back knee. Inhale to come upright, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose on the other side. Right arm reaches to the sky. Gaze up at the right fingertips. Breathe deep. Draw yourself upright and reverse your triangle, finding the counter stretch. Come upright, bend into the front knee, windmill the hands down, and either take the chaturanga option, the vinyasa, or press straight back for downward facing dog. Option to gaze back over the shoulder in your up dog. Or if you're in down dog now, breathe and melt a little deeper towards the top of the thighs. Inhale, reach the right leg up, and then draw the knee over to the right wrist, coming into pigeon. Let's lower the back leg down. Frame that right shin with the mat, and then staying high on the fingertips, or choosing to fold forward, maybe coming into forearms, maybe stacking hands and allowing the forehead to rest here. Press yourself back upright, keeping the right knee where it is. Come to sit on your seat and then bend the left knee a little more so the left foot comes to the long edge of the back of the mat. You're going to find some 90-90 twists here. So the legs are in a 90-degree angle. And we're gently, once again, just washing out the spine, finding those twists. Any movement here is good movement. Come back through your pigeon. Send the tailbone high and either taking the vinyasa or pressing straight back for downward facing dog. Find whatever feels good for you here. Let's draw the left leg up and then the knee comes to the left wrist, coming to pigeon on the other side. Stay high on the fingertips or find your fold. Wherever you are, settle in for 5 breaths. Press yourself upright, keeping the left knee where it is. Let's bend the right knee. Toe comes to the long edge of the mat. And then finding our 90-90 twists here. And gently pulling on the feet, the knees. Once again, any movement that feels good for the lower back and for the hips is great movement. Come to square yourself back with the mat. Let's press back for a high plank. Lower through one last chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale. Lower the knees. Shift the weight back for child's pose. Come to sit on the heels. Extend the fingertips to the front of the mat. Take some grounding breaths here. And then roll forward, coming to face the long edge of the mat. Extend the legs out long beside you. And then begin to bend over towards the left foot. Maybe grabbing the ankle, the foot itself. And then reaching the right arm up and over. Right bicep beside the right ear. Let's release there and then find our stretch on the other side. Not forcing anything, only going to where it feels good and sustainable. Let's come back upright, gently draw the knees together, bring the feet to touch. Walk the heels in close and then hug the knees. Close down the eyes for a moment. And just give yourself a big squeeze. Bring a smile to your lips. Be grateful for this body, for this time that you've taken for you. And staying here or finding any other position that feels good. Let's bring the hands to touch at heart center and gently bow in this gratitude. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you in the next class.